Why do people hate atheists? If you look at polls and various studies, it seems that religious people in this country hate or distrust non-believers. One poll even said that people trust rapists more than atheists. And if a person was running for a political office and their policies in line with your own, would you vote for them if they were part of a certain religious group? Guess what the number was for atheists? 54%. So that means, if my math is correct, 46% of Americans would not vote for someone solely based off of them not believing in a higher power. So there must be something about us that makes religious people feel uneasy about something. A new research study has been published to why religious people might despise atheists. The psychologist Corey Cook of the University of Washington-Tacoma, who led the research team, said in his findings that humans instinctively search for ways of mitigating the potential terror arising from unique human awareness of death. Atheists somehow pose a fundamental threat to the belief systems that perform this vital function. So basically what he is saying is that atheists scare religious people because we disrupt their brainwashing and somehow make them look at life being finite. Religion tells its followers that life is infinite and that one's conscience or self-awareness will live on forever. And that seems nice, but in reality, it makes people behave a certain way. You see, people will strap a bomb to themselves and detonate in a crowded area, or go on to fight in an unjust war where they think their side is justified. The religious leaders will say if you die fighting this group of people, you will live in heaven or paradise and live like a king and want for nothing. I was asked by a religious friend, if this is the only life you have, then what's the purpose of your being? Doesn't life seem to be a big waste of time since you won't live on once you're dead? And I responded, if this is the only life I have, doing everyday activities seems way more fulfilling. And if human life is infinite, then what's the point of improving the current situation right now? If, when you die, you can go on and live forever. To me, it seems that living a finite life puts way more value on the human life that you have now than it would be if you believe that life is infinite. And one of the reasons for me being a Christian for so long, despite most of the stuff that I was told not making any kind of rational sense even back then, was that I had a fear of death and life being finite. If you look at the way Christianity is set up, it revolves around the promise of a wonderful afterlife. If you pretty much do what you're told according to the religion, then when you die, you'll live on forever and it'll be wonderful. But then if you don't, you'll spend eternity being tortured by the worst kinds of by the worst possible thoughts humanly imaginable. And let's face it, death is something that every person's going to have to face in their life. You have a beginning, and like a book, you have an ending. That's just the way it is. And it goes to show that when people have a fear, they don't want the cause of that fear being anywhere around them. Like, let's say if you dislike sharks because you watch Jaws, you probably don't want to go on a beach that's known to have sharks swimming around in its waters. And when it comes to religion, it offers a false sense of security that, hey, I don't have to worry about life being finite, because in the religions, it'll tell you that life is infinite. But then when you come around someone that says, no, that's not true, there's no evidence for it, and that life is finite, so you better enjoy it while you can, it makes people, upset. It makes people think about dying and death. And, even me personally, I still think about, death and dying, but not to the level that I did when I was, a Christian. And in closing, one of the reasons that I always thought to why religious people might dislike atheists was that we bring the notion that life is finite. And I actually made another video where I discussed my views on death and dying. So if you want to check out that video, I'll have it in the cards thing on the screen. So with all that being said, thanks for watching. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below about this study. And, tell me your own personal story to overcoming religion, or your thoughts on death and dying or whatever. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and have a nice day.